Hello everybody, and thank you for joining me for this Twilight Zone video where I discuss my top 10 favorite Twilight Zone twists. Once again, after reviewing all the episodes, I thought it would be fun to look back on some of the twists that I like the best. Just a heads up, there will be spoilers in this video, as I will actually be discussing the endings of the 10 episodes that I have picked. So just a heads up on that. And once again, I want to say these are my favorite twists. These are not necessarily all of the most famous twists, although I think a couple of them probably are. These are just the 10 twists that I really enjoyed when I first saw them, and when I went back to watch the episodes again to re-review them, twists that I still just enjoyed. They stood out in my mind for one reason or another, which I'll get into when I talk about each one. It's one of those things I realize that if 100 people made this list, there would be a lot of different results. And one other note, these will be, I will be going through them in the episode order. These are not in any particular order, 1 through 10. So with that being said, I will get started with the season 1 episode, What You Need. This is one a lot of people probably wouldn't pick. I picked it because I just think it's a fun, enjoyable twist. The basic premise of the episode: there is an elderly gentleman who can give people things that they need to help them out in life. A man who doesn't have the best of intentions kind of takes advantage of the elderly gentleman and pretty much bullies him into giving him things that will help him out. But the twist, which is really great and entertaining, is the old man tricks the man and gives him the wrong thing. We turn out it's something that the old man needed to help him get rid of the younger gentleman. It's really funny, and it's just a twist that works in the context of the episode, and it's one of those things where someone gets, they're just desserts, so to say. So I really enjoyed it. Second on my list, Third from the Sun. Maybe another one a lot of people wouldn't pick. The basic premise is that a family is, seeking refuge basically from their planet, which is going to start having a lot of issues. But what I like about the twist is through the whole episode, the viewers kind of just led to believe or assume that the planet they are on is Earth, when really the planet they are trying to escape to is Earth. What I like about this is that Earth is the planet of hope. Whatever your personal feelings are, so many times in shows or movies, Earth is portrayed as a planet that's being, invaded or attacked or something like that. I like the positive message that Earth can basically be a place of hope. I really enjoyed that, and kind of plays with your expectations a little bit. I've always remembered it, and I really enjoyed it. Next on my list is Mirror Image. This is the one where Vera Miles is a woman who sees her double throughout the episode and thinks the double is trying to take over for her. And there's a man she confides in to help her, but he doesn't believe her. But of course, the twist is in the end, as the episode's ending, he sees his double, so he now knows she was right, and it kind of implies that we all have a double out there trying to take over, which is kind of creepy, and it's very well done in the episode, and I was actually kind of surprised by this when I first saw it. Next up, and yes, I know I talk about this episode a lot, but it is the After Hours, because the After Hours is just awesome. I can't help it. It's one of my all-time favorites. Sorry. What I really like about this twist is it's just bizarre, but despite the fact that it's strange, bizarre, and kind of comes out of nowhere, it just works 100% for me. Basically, the twist is that the lady, played by Anne Francis throughout the whole episode, turns out to be a mannequin, and I really like the idea that they get some kind of like vacations where they get a certain amount of time to be human, and she kind of violated her curfew, so to speak, and spent extra time, which was holding up the next person from going on vacation. Just a completely strange, bizarre twist. I have no idea where they came up with this, but it works great for me. And the last shot of the episode is really creepy and disturbing as well. I'll just leave it at that. The After Hours pretty much belongs on any Twilight Zone. I don't know what to say. Next on my list, I'm going to go to Season 2 and Eye of the Beholder. Now, this is definitely one of the more famous twists, but in this case, I think there's a reason for that because it's so good. Basically, the premise is there's a woman that's bandaged throughout the episode. She wants an operation on her face to make her fit in and be normal. But of course, because this is Twilight Zone, it plays against our expectations. And when her face is revealed, she looks pretty normal, just like other human beings. The twist is that all the other people look very, very different. So the person who looks normal from our perception or what we used to is actually the outcast. What I really like about this episode is it's one of those that makes you really think, which is always a good thing, and it's still very relevant today. So I believe the classic Eye of the Beholder belongs on this list. Next on my list is another pretty famous twist. Will the real Martian please stand up? There's a couple things I really like about this one. It's one of the more fun, entertaining, and memorable twists in my opinion. But what I really like is that it's kind of a double twist. And that it's a mystery throughout the whole episode as to who the Martian really is. And when the guy reveals that he has 3 arms, it's like, yeah, sure, I know it was him the whole time, which you may or may not have, but he was definitely a likely candidate. But then the double twist is that the other man behind the counter has 3 eyes, so there were actually 2 aliens there, and the second one got a jump even on the first one. So another twist I really, really like a lot because it's a double twist, which is pretty unique. This is also just a fun, memorable twist. Next on my list, 5 characters in search of an exit. This is an episode I like. I don't love it. I do think it has a few issues, but I cannot deny that the ending twist, when I first saw this, I never forgot. I think my mouth was actually open. I never saw it coming. The basic premise of this one is to have 5 people basically trying to escape something. We're not even really sure what it is until the end of the episode. And the revelation at the end that they're toys is just shocking and disturbing. And you could argue that a lot of other things have borrowed off of this. There's a lot of animated programs and things have toys that are alive now. So the idea that these could have been toys and not realized it was pretty shocking, I have to say. And I just think the twist has a lot of impact and works well. Even if the episode's a little uneven, I still think it's very much worth watching. Next on my list, I had to put this one in here. Arguably one of the most famous twists, To Serve Man. There's a couple things I give this credit for. First of all, the twist is given away in the title, yet I never ever saw it coming for 1 minute. There's a lot of clues throughout the episode, actually. It never cheats, yet I still didn't see it coming. It's just a fantastically written script. I like that this is a little darker than most of the other twist endings, and it feels very modern. In a lot of ways, you know, the fact that the aliens weren't trying to help us, they literally wanted to serve us. I don't think anybody really forgets the line, it's a cookbook. That's all there really is to say, it's a cookbook. And I never saw it coming. I'm floored right now talking about it, honestly. Next on my list is The Dummy. This is one with Cliff Robertson where he's a ventriloquist and he's having problems with his dummy, thinking the dummy is trying to take over his identity. Which kind of predictably happens at the end, but I don't think people could have really saw the twist being done the way it was, especially for 1960s television. The twist at the end with his face being on the dummy and the dummy now being human, having the human face. This one makes it just for being sheerly memorable and disturbing. Not much else to say. Very well done for its time, and I still feel like it holds up today. And the last movie on my list is Stopover in a Quiet Town. Now, this one might be my most controversial pick. I could see people saying no way, but hear me out on this one. First of all, a lot of people think the twist in this episode was predictable. I personally never saw it coming when I first watched the episode. When I rewatched it, I could see where maybe I missed out. It was kind of predictable. But that being said, it's still just a great idea for an episode. The fact that 2 people could wake up and everything around them could seem like props. They're not really sure what's going on. The whole thing is just creepy and disturbing. And the twist is just so much fun that I just love it. The fact that this little girl could be very big and they could be very small. They could be like toys in her playset. I've just always really enjoyed it. And I think even though maybe a little improbable, there's a few holes in this episode. I think just the way the episode goes about getting to the twist, especially with the train ride, using it like as a train set, is very, very clever. And this is one that I've just always enjoyed. So I stand by Stopover in a Quiet Town. So that's my list of my 10 favorites. I did not put any season 4 episodes in here. I actually like quite a few of the season 4 hour-long episodes, as some of you may know, but I didn't feel any of the twists were. I just felt there were other half-hour ones that were better. There's other good things about the hour-long episodes. So that being said, that's my list. You can tell me in the comments if you would like, if I missed anything, or if there's any twists that you just enjoy a lot that I didn't cover. And that'll just about do it. And as always, thank you very much for watching.